Hello and welcome to my drumming. This is a different type of video which I'm doing today, so there's not going to be any songs, there's not going to be any lessons or anything like that. I've decided to try and prove a theory, and the theory that I'm going to look at is, can you make a cheap drum kit sound good? So in the last month I've bought a very cheap drum kit on eBay and I've bought some extra bits for it. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to build the drum kit exactly as I bought it, give it a play, see what it sounds like. Then I'm going to add the bits that I've bought to try and improve the sound of the drum. Now, I haven't spent a huge amount of money on the kit or the extras, and I'll go into all of that later as to how much I've spent, so you can work out if you think it's a good value for money and if it's actually a worthwhile experiment. So it's not ridiculous prices, but what I want to actually do at the end of this video is say, is it worthwhile spending this amount of money on this type of kit? Can you make it sound good? So what I'm going to do, behind me here is the kit. It's in existing cases that I already own, so I bought the kit. You can't see it at the moment. What I'm going to do is build it now, and then after I've built it I'll play it for the first time. So I've not heard any of how it sounds at the moment. I know there's some problems with it because the cymbals sat in someone's loft for about 20 years, so they're warped. So you'll see exactly the state that the kit is in when I build it. So we'll build the kit now and then I'll have a play and we'll go from there. So let's see how it goes. Okay, so here is the kit now built. So you can see that it's in a pretty sorry state. That cymbal is completely warped. The heads on these drums are being held together with tape. It's missing hoops at the bottom, which we've got down there, but yeah, this is literally how I got the kit when I bought it. So the kit was £75, and with that came everything that you can see. So all the bits and pieces down there, not the box, but all the little bits and pieces, the cymbal stand, the 3 toms, the bass drum, the snare drum, and the hi-hat over here. Now, as you can see, the hi-hat it's seen better days. It's warped. There's screws missing and everything from here, so it's flimsy at best. It wobbles. The bass drum pedal that's been set up down there is missing parts on it as well. So I think you can see from the bass drum that there's a big hole cut out in the front, so that might sound a bit strange as well when I start playing. I don't think I'm going to be able to play it particularly well with that bass drum pedal because there's actually no attachment to the bottom, so that is just completely loose. You can just see that there like that. So what we're going to do now is, now that I've built it, so this is the first time I've actually seen it up and running. Well, I say running, I haven't played it yet. This is the first time I've actually built it to see what it looks like. I'll now give it a play and see what it sounds like. So here goes. Okay, just as a quick halfway through where we're going, I've taken the head off the floor tom. I'm just about to replace that. I've replaced the head on the bass drum, got a new bass drum pedal, and put the old batter head on the bass drum on the front, so that's sounding a lot better. I've fixed the hi-hat stand and have put a new pair, well they're not new, it's a pair of second-hand cymbals that I got off eBay on the hi-hat. So we're getting there. We've done 2 things, we've got 3 more things left to go. So carry on watching and we'll see what happens with the transformation. So here is the kit now that I've finished doing the minor enhancements on it. Now I'll just show you what I've done. So we'll come round here. Now that bass drum head was previously the one that was the beta side. So if we come round here, what I've done is I've put a new batter head on the bass drum, a new batter head on the floor tom, a new one on the mid tom, a new one on the high tom, and a new batter head on the snare. There's a ride cymbal there and a crash cymbal here, hi-hat cymbals here. Now these cymbals I got off eBay secondhand. And there is a slight cheat. What I've actually done is you'll see over there that the hardware that came with the kit, that's the old cymbal, I've had to put in new, or I've had to borrow stands here and here just because the hardware wasn't good enough on the kit that I got off eBay, but the hi-hat stand is still there. So this is what it looks like now that I've changed it around. So literally all I've done is I've just bought some second-hand cymbals and changed the batter heads. So let's have a listen and see what it sounds like. Okay, so this is the kit with all of the changes done to it, which is mainly the batter heads and the second-hand cymbals. So let's listen and see what we think. So I think the difference is phenomenal. The toms sound brilliant, I think. I think they sound so rich and deep, and the bass drum, I think the bass drum sounds fantastic as well. Now what I've done in the bass drum is, as well as changing the batter head, I've put some dampeners inside it just so it deadens the noise a bit. On the snare drum, as well as putting in a new head, I've just put some little gel attachments to the top of it just to deaden the snare slightly. So I think that to answer the question, can you get a cheap kit and make it sound good, to let you know the money side of this, I bought the kit for £75. I bought the cymbals second hand, so it's 2 hi-hats, 1 crash and a ride. I also got another set of hi-hats and another ride thrown in, and I got all those cymbals for £41. And each one of the heads was about £10 each. So it was 75 for the kit, 41 for the cymbals, and about 40 or £50 for the new heads. The bass drum pedal I had spare anyway, so I suppose if I hadn't got some of the background stuff of my own already, which I've used in this, I would have had to have bought new hardware as well, probably a new hi-hat stand. But really what you're looking at here is, this is probably less than £200, and I think it sounds fantastic. I think the toms sound great, the bass drum sounds brilliant. I think the cymbals are perfect as well for the kit. Yeah, I'm really pleased. I think that's answered the question, can you spend a budget amount of money and get a decent sounding kit? So I would happily play a gig with this kit. I think it doesn't look the best because the wrapper has come off it, so maybe I could do with reconditioning bits of it, but so it might look a bit better, but ultimately I think that's the question answered. It sounds brilliant, just with some minor upgrades. So I hope that has helped answer the question for you. As ever, any questions please shout, and I'll see you in the next video. Cheers, bye bye.